I have a problem, and that is that this old setup is just super unpractical and such a pain in the ass to work at. So today I'm gonna change that. Now that we have a blank slate, we can get to work. So my plan is to get the monitor up higher. As you've seen, I've actually used an IKEA book stand as a monitor mount. It was supposed to be a temporary solution. Turned out I had it for 2 years this way. So I'm looking forward to have it up higher. This way I have my neck not like really in the downward position, but more like upwards. Maybe I can improve my posture that way. So yeah, I'm gonna link all the products I'm gonna use down in the description. Since this thing has been lying around on my drawer for like 2 or 3 years by that point, I'm gonna link a similar one in the description, but for everything else, I'm gonna have the same or a very similar product in the description below. Okay, so this already looks way better, but I also have some new stuff to mix it up with the old stuff. And yeah, let's see what I got. Let's just take that out first. The rest for later. I think I got it. So the problem I have is that this monitor doesn't have a USB-A port, and this thing runs out of USB-A. Usually you just plug it into the back of the monitor, and whenever the monitor turns on, the LEDs turn on, but I can't do this here. So I'm gonna have to get a USB-A extension, route that down and plug it into the power supply, and I'm probably gonna use like a random power brick. We have like loads of them flying around here, so I'm probably gonna do that. So the reason why I went for LEDs in the back of the monitor is because first, a lot of people say that this reduces strain on the eye when you edit in the dark or have long sessions on your computer, on your screen. And it's supposed to be not that harsh on your eyes. And also, let's be real, it looks cool. So this is hooked up now. I'm gonna have to run a USB-A extension down to the power supply, and then this thing is finished. I mean, this part is finished. The desk, not even close. This is getting nowhere. So I actually screwed up the measurements. If I'm gonna put this other screw in, it's gonna be very crooked. So I think I'm just gonna leave it like that and not just try to drill some other holes to fix it. So I think it's gonna work. So the cable management is, yeah, it's mediocre. My motto for this is out of sight, out of mind. My only goal with this cable management is to not see any cables. How the cable management looks and if you can actually see what cable is which. I don't care about that. I just want it to be out of sight. It's not gonna go on some Instagram page like these desk setups with the most insane cable management. It's just like some arbitrary stuff. So let's get to the other stuff I ordered. The rest of it is for on top of the table, so let's lay the foundation. So the reason why I went for a desk mat that's also a mouse pad is because before I had a desk mat and then a separate mouse pad. I mean, I loved both of them, but together they were not really that practical, because I like to have my desk mat centered, and if I'm gonna have it centered, then my mouse pad is gonna be far off to the right, and it's gonna be unpractical. My right arm's always over there with the mouse and stuff, so that was really unpractical. This way I have both together, and it really looks way nicer, way more uniform, and I really like the surface. And by the way, this is fake leather, so no worries over here. And yeah, I really like the monitor setup. It's really like I imagined it to be. I'm really happy with that, so let's move on to the next item. I know this looks like a lot of screens right now, but I actually use them because I often use my iPad to watch like YouTube videos on the side or watch tutorials whenever I'm stuck with something, like I want to do something special in Premiere Pro but don't know how to do it. So I most of the time turn on the iPad, use it as like a third monitor or second monitor, and watch the video there. Most of the time, to get it a bit higher, I actually stacked some books and then place it on there, but I thought, dude, when I'm doing this, I can just get a stand, make it look nicer, and not like this book stand thing. Just 2 more things to go. Let's continue. I think my choice came to no surprise of you, because the MX Master 3 is pretty much the most popular mouse after the Magic Mouse, and really for good reason. The scroll wheel feels amazing, the ergonomics in your hand, it feels very high quality. It really deserves its reputation, so I'm very happy with this. Now I have a good mouse, no cables running around, because as you might have seen, before that I had the Razer Death Adder. I also like these ergonomics. For me, still a bit better than this, but it's probably just me getting used to a new mouse. So other than that, I'm really happy. No more cables, just one single cable for the HDMI, and when I have to charge this for charging, but no other cables, which is very nice. And I also like that this has the charging port in the front and not just like the Magic Mouse down there, so when it's empty you can actually charge it and still use it, so that's a great point. Okay, so let's add the last finishing touches. So this actually has no meaning to me, I just think it looks cool. I saw this on the Instagram desk setup page and I thought this would be a cool practical light for the background of my videos. Also, I used this plant to cover up the cables a bit and bring a bit of color into this desk setup, because otherwise it's just black and white, so I thought this would bring some good contrast in here. So now I'm gonna make it dark in here, and let's actually let this setup sink in with all these LED lights and make it look a bit more epic and how I usually work with this. So yeah, let's do that. But before that, I'm probably have to gonna clean this room because it's a whole mess. But yeah, let's see how it looks. Okay, let's turn off the lights. Okay, wow, this looks great. Way better, way better. Okay, so let's jump into a little montage of this finished desk setup that looks way better than before. So it's a few days later now, and I really had some time to spend at this desk and actually do some work at it. And I gotta say, I'm really happy with the result, and I'm really happy how it turned out. This now actually feels like a desk setup I get to work at, and not a desk setup I have to work at, which is a huge difference, because now I actually feel like I'm getting stuff done. I feel productive. It actually feels like I'm working, and not just like sitting at this makeshift desk setup that I've been sitting at for 2 years, now feeling like I'm really productive. So this is really a game changer. It makes me feel way better when I'm working on my stuff here. So definitely these upgrades were definitely worth it, especially the backlit. At first I was like, yeah, it's gonna reduce the strain on your eyes, but it really does. And you get the extra benefit of it looking cool. The lightning bolt, I love it. It adds like this super cool touch, and I'm really happy with this setup. I hope you got some inspiration from it. Also, watch this video. It might really be interesting for you. It's probably going to be a spicy one. Okay, that was really random. Anyway, hit that like button, subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And I've got nothing else for you. I'm going to see you in the next video.